Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got a kitchen to fit today, or me anyway. The other boys are off on the other job. So I've got the first load of base units in here already. Normally when we do a kitchen unit, kitchen fit, you always start with the corner unit in this corner. Which I will be doing, but first of all I'm just going to set these two for height, because we're trying to work the right height here, because we're going to have a granite worktop running through into this area. So I'm going to set these two up first just so we can get our height, and then I can transfer that height over to this corner unit, and then I can start in the corner and then work my way out from there. When I get to that corner one, I will show you how to do the corner post on it. So this kitchen that we're fitting today is from a company in Leicestershire called ECF. We've been using them for a few years, really like the kitchens, they're really solid, good value for money. So yeah, I'll show you how we do all that when I get to it. Okay. Done the first two units leveled up. So this is our first one. I've kept here about a 20mm gap, okay, because we'll have an end panel go in there. You never want a unit right up against the wall. It just makes it a bit tight with the door, everything like that. So always put a little filler in there. We've leveled it up. When I level up, you just need to turn these legs up or down, basically. So when I do it, when we've got 6 legs, like on this one, basically, I take these two, wind them up out the way. Sometimes you can get a bad reading on the level if they're touching the floor. And then you can level the other 4 and then wind these down when you're ready. Same I've done on here. See, these two are up. I've levelled it up now, so those two can go down. And then what we're looking for is the more accurate we can get these units, as you can see there and there. The more accurate you are with the bubble and getting these level. So you want to be checking front to back, side to side, and also along the diagonals, and make sure that these are touching there as well. Closer you get all that, easier the whole job will be to run. When we get these two butting up together, usually then you need to get a couple of clamps, just like these, with a soft grip. Pinch those two together, and then we will screw these two units together. Don't be afraid to screw through the side of the unit. It's the only way you'll fix things. But that said, you can try and disguise a few of them. Screw in through the back here. You won't see that afterwards. And then also, you can screw in where the drawer pack is. Won't see those. Pull a drawer out, screw through. Usually on these I only do 3. One at the back, one at the front, and one down the bottom there. Fix the units together. So we'll get a row. Don't worry about fixing them to a wall yet. Just get the row all done, and then you can continue to keep checking the levels. Make sure it's all right. Right, those units are all levelled up. There's going to be a integrated fridge going in there, so we'll leave that for now. I've transferred my height from there, level line across. I've just used it using a 6-foot level from there, marked the wall there, flip the level over just in case. Always just helps get you a better overall line. through to here, levelled this one up. Now we've been trying to sort out the corner. So this is one that's a little more complicated when you're setting out, trying to do the corner. First off, fix the blanking panel on. I've worked out this is going to be 136mm from the edge. Blanking panel on. This is in line with the front edge of this unit that will be here. Then with the ECF kitchen, they ask you to make up the corner posts, so they provide you with a panel that I've had to rip down. I know it's 66mm by 66mm, so there's 66mm rip there, and then that one's 48, obviously 66 minus 18mm. That will go in and get, let me show you, spin you around here. Sorry about the dodgy camera work. That'll get fixed through there. So I've screwed the two together and then put these joining plates on there. That'll get screwed onto there. And then this half, spin you around again, will sit in there. And then we'll fix it through that side that way then. Now when you're making these panels, when you're cutting, the best thing to use really is a plunge saw like this one. This is the one I use. So it'll sit on the track, mark it, put it the track to the lines where you want to cut, and then that then brings down, and that blade cuts up onto that rubber and it stops any splitting on there. They're not cheap, but that's the right bit of kit really for that. Right, I'm going to fix this post together, get a few more units levelled in there, and then I'll show you how we do all the end panels and everything. So we've got, I've managed to get all the base units in now, so they've all been levelled out. I say when you go, you've just got to kind of take your time a bit, just keep checking the level all the time. A couple of little things I want to show you. Well, let me show you this side first. On this side we've got an integrated fridge. So I've left the space out there. You'll notice there's no end panels on this one. When it's integrated, no end panels. The reason for this is the plinth will continue along and around. On this side, they've got a freestanding dishwasher. So we've got the two end panels either side because you cannot continue the plinth. So it just gives you a better finish either side. So those are those two differences. When you're doing the end panels, what I tend to do is just measure down from the front side and the back side. If there's any unevenness on the floor, then you sort of take that out, mark those both sides, cut the bottom, you get a bit neater cut. And so all those are in, and the units are all fixed to the back now, and yeah, that's where we're at so far. The only other thing is I'll show you is just fixings with these. Is just using L brackets there, just screwed in either side. They don't need a massive amount of fixing because they're sitting on the floor. It's just to stop them pulling away from the wall. So we've got basically the first thing to do, level all the units out. Second thing to do, get all your end panels on. And then I like to just fix all the units there. And then we're ready really for the worktops. Okay, we're on to worktops. Let's, I've cut this one to length roughly. I've kept a good 100mm longer on there. We've got it, our wall isn't quite square, so about a 10mm gap at the back. Need to whip that off this side, and then we can get our female corner cut in there. Okay, I've cut that end so it's right into the wall, and then on this one with the female joint, basically because of the way it runs that way, we need to make sure that we turn the worktop over to cut this. You got to think your rotor blade is turning this way, needs to be cutting into the worktop. If you turned it over the other way, it'd be kicking it out and it'll split all the edge. So you have to make sure you get it the right way around. Then pegs in for left and right female, left, right, female. And then I know the worktop is 600mm wide, so it's in the 600mm peg there. So we can get that righted out using our 1/2" rotor. So that first one's cut. Now I need to cut out for the bolts. So they'll go onto the B, obviously, for bolts. So we'll cut these out, and then those ones will be the 1/2, the place where the two joining bolts will pull the worktops together, get a nice join. Got to remember when you're doing these, set the depth on the rotor. Don't want to be going through the other side. You only want to go down about halfway, basically, on the worktop. So this is what it should look like on the female joint. In through there, those out for the bolts, which, let me show you, will sit, sorry about the dodgy camera work, will basically sit into there, like so, and then get the other side, and those will tighten up. And then also some biscuit to go in there. So what happens with those is they'll keep that in the same place for the join, make it easier when we're joining that. And also when the glue goes in there with those, those biscuits are designed to expand, and they'll give it a real firm feel. Okay, we'll get that over in place and then mark up the male joint. So, sink's been cut out. Easiest way to do that, grab the sink, stick it on, mark round it, and then 10mm inside. Very important you put that 10mm inside. Then I need to mark this bit out here, cut that out so that doesn't get in the way of the bowl of the sink. I've cut the end off to suit down there, so that worktop's all ready to go. Then when we work out for this join here, because we know that corner isn't a true 90 degrees there, cut that to suit that end, leave it lying up there, and then just mark it there. You'll get an accurate join then. So we take that back over, cut the male joint, cut the holes for the bolts and the biscuits, and then we can mark out for the hob, and then we're ready to, I know, a bit long-winded. Worktops are all ready to go now, so I've sorted out the sink as well. Always better to fit all the sink before you fit the worktop. It's a right pain trying to get the tap fitted, that sort of thing. A lot easier to do it on the benches, maybe there. But hob cutout's done, that can be done later, that's not a problem. So I've here glued biscuits in place there, just need to glue the other side before we come in. I've got some of this sealant that will go along the join as it squeezes in. It's the same colour as the worktops, so it will just give you a better join in there. And then get these bolts in underneath, and I'm going to climb in under the unit, wind those up, try and keep this as level as possible and get the join sorted. So there we go. That is my worktop joint. So that's the worktops done. That area they're getting granite done by a specialist granite team, so that's all good. So the only thing I got left to do is just the edging on there. Just got to pick up a bit of glue for that. I haven't got run out in the van. But yeah, start getting the wall units on there. Got wall units fitted now. They're all up. Cooker hood and pull outs. All those sorted. Bins, whatever else you need. So now I am going to drill out and fix the handles. The best way to do those, obviously, is just to mark up all the handles accurately. This is where you can knacker your kitchen pretty quickly. Usually then I just hold a bit of an offcut there while I drill through, just so it stops the breakage out the back. So I'll get those sorted. And that's it. Kitchen so far, that's all we can do. Handles are all on, Mike's done the microwave oven, hob and extractor fan, sink's all in. We've just got to do the plinths and the dishwasher, but we need all the flooring down first for all that, so we're just going to wait for those guys to do that. And then obviously we've got the granite worktop to go on there, so that's about it for now with the kitchen. So hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and all that other stuff Mike goes on about, and catch you on the next one.